Hey there everyone, welcome to this brand new van conversion series where I'm going to be converting this 2017 Ford Transit into a beautiful off-grid home for the road. After living overseas for several years, I recently moved back to my homeland of Australia. Straight away I began searching for a van, and after about 6 weeks I found exactly what I was looking for. Ever since getting my license when I was 18, I've owned a van of some kind. My first car was an old Ford panel van. Straight after buying it, I screwed down some plywood, threw a mattress in, and drove to the coast, spending literally all the money I had left on fuel. After that was the grandfather of my current van, a 1966 Ford Transit. A mechanical nightmare, but at least it looked cool. Next was something much more sensible, but pretty boring, a 1994 Toyota Estima. And then it was my favourite van yet, a 1986 Toyota Hiace. After that was a Toyota Town Ace that was way too small for someone who was 6'4". Following that was a Mazda box truck. This was a great little rig. And now this, a 2017 Ford Transit, my dream van. What a van! Shout out to my grandparents for giving me a place to live while I started this conversion, so I didn't have to build it in the Bunnings car park. Day one of the van build is starting off with a thunderstorm. Here we are in the van. I still can't quite believe it that this is mine. Been dreaming about it for so long and thinking so much about it. To actually be standing inside of it is a bit surreal. I found these pine lining boards secondhand on Facebook that someone had pulled out of a house that they were renovating, so I picked those up on the way home. So the van is a 2017 Ford Transit 470e, which is the long wheelbase, high roof model. So the cargo area here is 4.2 meters long and it's roughly 1.8 meters wide. So this feels like the perfect amount of space for what I need. One good thing about it raining today is that it gives me a chance to see if there are any leaks. And I've just noticed a drip on the floor here, and I just dripped right then, I can see it. There's this plug here that is wet. Good thing to sort out before anything gets built on the inside. The first thing to do was to gut the interior, which meant taking out the plywood wall lining, the plastic floor lining, and the bulkhead. It was really nice having both my dad and my pa giving me a hand with this. Oh, look what I found in the overhead storage compartment. A KFC wet wipe. This van's the gift that keeps on giving. Clean as. So here's a rough 3D model that I created that pushed the limits of my SketchUp ability. At the front of the van we have a shower and a toilet. Then behind that in the middle is the kitchen with the sink on the right hand side and the cooker on the other. And at the back of the van are the couches, and these become the bed at night. I decided to not have a fixed bed because it makes the space feel much bigger, and I wanted to have an office area where I could set up my computer to work. I added this sound deadening material to the walls and the ceiling to reduce noise while driving. Although afterwards I was thinking that this probably wasn't necessary because I was going to be insulating and lining the walls, which would dampen the noise a lot. So I probably wouldn't bother doing this again. So today we're going to start working on the floor, which is really exciting because it's going to be the first thing that actually gets built in the van. So what we're going to do is take these battens and lay them down on the floor like this to create a frame, and then we're going to screw the plywood on top of that. I decided to use a flexible adhesive to stick these battens to the floor rather than screwing them down like I've done in the past. This minimises the amount of holes created in the van, and it's definitely strong enough to hold the floor with just the adhesive. A lot of the early stages on the build of like cleaning and sound deadening and painting, I find I can get a bit impatient with those stages because I just want to get into building, and I'm really excited to be doing the cabinetry. So I've had to kind of remind myself to be patient and remember that that stuff is all going to come soon, but it's really important to do a good job at these first steps. But yeah, it feels really good to be putting these first battens in the van. It's been awesome having Dad here helping me out. I love working with him, and we've done a few projects in the past. I feel really lucky that he is keen to help me. It just makes the process a lot easier, quicker and more fun. Here we're putting in sheep's wool insulation between the battens, and I'll be using this throughout the van. Personally, I think this is the best kind of insulation because it's healthy for indoor air quality, has a good R value, and it manages moisture really well. It is more expensive, which is a downside, but for me it's a worthwhile investment. Something that's really important to me is using materials and products that are as sustainably sourced and as healthy as possible. So this means I'll be using a lot of secondhand and recycled materials where I can throughout the conversion. For these early stages of the build, I've found it quite hard to incorporate recycled materials because I'm looking for quite specific products, but this will become easier as the conversion progresses. When I do need to buy new, I'm thinking about where the materials come from and how they're made, as well as their healthiness. A good example of this is the plywood I'm using for the floor. I chose a low VOC plywood, which means the amount of chemicals that it off-gasses into the air is minimal. You can tell if it's low VOC by looking for the Super E0 or E0 rating on the ply. After we laid this first bit of plywood, I realised it was a bit squishy still when I walked on it, so we pulled it back up and put a few more battens in to give it some more structure. Today's an exciting day because the roof fan is going in. It's looking a bit dodgy, the weather. Hopefully it doesn't rain while we're doing this, but it's an exciting step of the build and also kind of nerve-wracking because I'm going to be cutting a big hole in the roof. I'm putting this fan in more towards the front of the van so it serves two functions. It's going to pull air through the van for some great ventilation, but it's also going to act as an extractor fan because it's above the kitchen. This is a max air fan that I'm putting in here, and I've put these in two other vans that I've owned and I really like them. After sanding the floor, I gave it a coat of a natural oil to protect it. One of the last things I'll do on the conversion will be to lay cork tiles on the floor, which I'm leaving until after all the building is done so they don't get damaged. It was really satisfying to sit here and admire the work so far. Laying the floor is a big step, and I could start to get a sense of how it would feel inside. Less like a van and more like a home. So this feels like a good point to end episode 1. Thank you so much for following along on this journey, and if you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in episode 2. So here we go, first kind of major mistake on the build.